So Mercari or OfferUp, which one is better? In this video, I'm going to go over what app I believe is better. I'm gonna give you the pros and cons of each and determine which app you should be using in 2021. So without further ado, let the battle begin right now. The channel, my name is Specs. I'm a part-time reseller and I sell things on sites like eBay, Mercari, OfferUp, and Facebook Marketplace. Now, I've made countless videos on these platforms about how to not get scammed, what tips you should be using for buying on there, for selling on there, different kinds of videos that have helped a lot of people out. So why am I only comparing these two? Well, for one, it'd be like a crazy long video, but I feel that these two are still more of the relatively unknown or unventured apps. A lot of people are still barely discovering them or barely using them as opposed to eBay, Amazon, and Facebook Marketplace. Also, these apps are just very similar in structure, so I'm just gonna discuss and we're gonna battle it out with these two apps right now. So, let's begin. How do they compare? So let's start with the pros. Now, they both offer local pickup, both offer shipping, both have a user-friendly interface, both provide secure transactions through their marketplaces. Now, I think we can all agree that any selling app should be able to do this with ease. Because they do these well, let's just look at the cons. For the cons, we're gonna do a little bit more of a comparison rather than listing each individual con for each app. Just because you can really start nitpicking and it'll just take forever to do that. So we're just gonna generalize things just to make it a little easier. So if that was a little confusing, basically what I'm gonna do is just gonna put one pillar and decide which app is better in that regard. So number one, customer service. Hands down, I gotta give it to Mercari. If you've been on the channel or if you've ever tried to even use OfferUp's customer service, it just isn't good. Now, as a buyer and seller on both marketplaces, I have come to see that Mercari a lot better when it comes to customer service and support. I actually got a detailed response in less than 24 hours, whereas sometimes on OfferUp, I just didn't get a response at all. They have helped me out in the past, so I'm not gonna completely dog them out. But if we're comparing the two, I gotta give it to Mercari on customer service. Now, let's look at the interface. Now, each app has a notifications tab, has a messages tab, an account tab, and the post listings tab. But again, we're gonna have to actually give this one to Mercari. I really like just how simple their interface is. It's a lot more vibrant and fun. Now, there's also a notifications tab that as a seller is really helpful. So when someone likes your item, it tells you that there's actually some level of interest in your item so that you know you're not posting something that people aren't looking at or people are not interested in. Now, that is very subtle, but it is a pretty big game changer for me and a lot of other resellers. As far as being a buyer, the app does a really good job on actually showing you things on the feed that you are actually interested in. OfferUp does this as well, but just not to the level that Mercari does it. So for interface, guys, I'm gonna have to give it to Mercari again. So that's 2-0 Mercari. What's next? So the third pillar is transactions. Now, this one was pretty tough and I had to really dive deep into which one is actually better, but I actually ended up giving it to Mercari again, and I'll tell you why. Both do a pretty good job of processing payments fast and easy, and they securely hold payments in escrow between a buyer and seller when there's a shipping or purchasing transaction. Where Mercari wins and has a slight advantage is that buyers have a longer period to inspect the item. Now, buyers on Mercari actually have 3 days to inspect the item instead of the 2-day period that OfferUp offers. On Mercari as well, after you inspect the item, you actually have to leave a rating and some feedback on the seller before they are able to get their money at all. Now, why is this better? Why is this good? As a seller, this probably sounds like it's not a good thing. Well, in my opinion, it actually incentivizes sellers to actually do a good job in providing a good customer experience. Whether that be through packaging, messaging, anything involving the customer experience, the better job you do, the higher rating you'll get, obviously, and other buyers on the platform can see that you're an honest seller and are more likely to buy from you than someone who has like 3 stars or 2 stars and stuff like that. Now, this leads into my final pillar. That is 3-0 for Mercari so far. Let's see if they can sweep. The last pillar is gonna be security. Another big component for apps to be successful is that they have to be secure. OfferUp's AI has yet to figure out how to exactly stop bots, hackers, scammers, all of the above. Now, I understand that on most websites like Facebook, eBay, you're not gonna stop scammers and bots, you're not gonna completely erase them, but I believe that OfferUp still hasn't done a good enough job to eliminate the fact that they are a constant daily annoyance. If you've been on the app, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Fake buyers hitting you up, people asking you to message them and email them outside of the platform. They are just infested with so many fake buyers and fake customers that as a seller, it's really annoying and really frustrating to have someone you think is interested in your item, or even as a buyer trying to buy something from something that's a fake bot or a fake page is really annoying. Now, I know this is subjective and I haven't had it happen to me, but the fact that a scammer hasn't hit me up and I've been on the app for over a year, that it speaks a lot more about OfferUp than it does Mercari. So clearly they have figured it out. OfferUp can figure it out, and I'm still waiting for them to figure it out. But for right now, for security, I'm gonna have to give it to Mercari. So, who wins the battle of the selling apps? Yeah, obviously Mercari. Like, what? Yeah, it's just honestly better in every aspect, guys. It's just as easy, if not better, than OfferUp. There's not as many bots, not as many scammers and fake customers. Way more trusted sellers. Customer service is on point. Interface is super easy. Also, they offer not just US Postal Service shipping, but they also offer FedEx and UPS. So to wrap it up, Mercari 4.0, better than OfferUp in my opinion. Still think that OfferUp has a long way to go, and I still have hope for them. I hope they do a lot better, because really the only annoyance is the fake bots and the scammers. They're just running rampant on the app. I think if they're able to eliminate even half of that, I think the experience would be a lot better. So until the next battle, guys, thank you guys for watching. If you found any value in this video in any way, please remember to hit that subscribe button, like if you enjoyed the video. Follow me on Instagram, it's where you can easily contact me if you have any questions. My name is Specs. Remember to flip that trash into cash, and as always, I will see you on the next one.